Today is Wednesday, June 24th, and the weather is looking a little uncertain right now from the two sources that I primarily use. Tonight, I'm going to try moving my telescope out into the field like I did in the previous video. So sort of the southeastern sky is off limits. I kind of wanted to image either the Omega Nebula or the Trifid Nebula. I've wanted to do that one for a long time now, but I'm going to move stuff out into the church field and sort of aim in the north-northeast, and I think a good target to try to go for tonight is the Crescent Nebula. I think I'm trying to be cranking some things up tonight. I'll have my ISO at 1600, which I rarely ever do. I usually have it around 800, so I'll kind of see how my camera handles that tonight, and sort of push the histogram towards the right side a little more. Hopefully the guiding will work out fine. It seems to be kind of iffy every now and then, but otherwise I think things are looking good, and I'm going to start getting things out here and head on down to the field. I've got all my stuff out here, the mount, some chairs, all the optical tubes, all the accessories, cords, everything. I've got everything I could possibly need. Let me show you what I'm dealing with here in terms of the weather for tonight. So it might be hard to see on there, but the little blue line in this middle graph, this little blue line here, it dips down. This camera won't focus on it that close, but it dips down to about 22% around midnight, and it says that right now it's about at 50% cloud coverage, and that is definitely not the case. The other source I use is the clear sky charts, which also this won't focus that closely. Tonight, it's not looking too bad. The scene is kind of down, but I don't think that'll really affect what we're going for. So, it's kind of up in the air, it seems. So one thing I am going to try tonight, again with the flat frames, just to try to solve any issues that I might have with them and that I have historically had with them. So what worked really well last time is me taking a flat frame where the histogram was approximately the average of all the light frame histograms. So tonight, just because I really don't want to screw this up, I mean already in single exposures I can see some nebulosity in the Crescent Nebula, so I think it's going to be a pretty good night. I might even try some manual dithering because I don't have PhD tied with some other imaging managers, so I'm going to manually come out here and dither every, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. I got my telescope up and guiding, and I just stopped it because I pushed a camera on the button and I didn't want to make the auto guiding go crazy. But as you can see here, the guiding does fine for the first little bit, and then maybe a minute or so in, it just goes crazy and it hits this huge hump, and then it dips down, and it sort of cycles through that, and I'm not sure why. Maybe someone in the comments can shed some light on why that is. And I made sure to have all the settings right for my guide scope and the camera, and I've calibrated it a handful of times, and it seems that almost every night I have this issue. And my RMS pixel errors usually come out to be like around 1 to 0.75 pixels, so it's not that big of a deal. But I mean, it does affect the images, obviously. So if anybody has any tips or advice or know why that's happening, I would be forever thankful. Let's see, it jumps up there, goes down, jumps up, goes down, jumps up. That was a pretty big one. Goes down, and it just keeps cycling through this all night long. I don't know if I like reverse jinxed myself or something, but the guiding has been really good, except for that one little exception. That was me making some adjustments. But other than that, the guiding has been almost like that the entire time. And I'm not sure what happened, but it ended up working out in my favor. You can barely make it out in there. Right in the middle of the screen, though, is the Crescent Nebula. So Yeah, you can just barely make it out there. But I've got everything right where I want it to be. I can make that out, which is really surprising, to be honest. We go to see the histograms. Kind of see that I've got the histogram sort of at the 75% line or so. Another thing I'm really surprised at is that R, G, and B are all kind of balanced. Normally my red is like way up to the right, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna take 60 images or so at 4 minutes, ISO 1600, and so I'll check on it intermittently, and it'll be finished around 3:15 in the morning. A little bit of ingenuity here. Just like I have a dew shield for my telescope, I figured I should probably have a dew shield for my laptop. So, got a little blanket here, and I'm just going to wrap it over just a little bit. And I think this will accomplish, for the most part, keeping all that dew off that's sure to soak absolutely everything by the end of tonight. Hopefully it works. I've already moved to dither at once, so this will be the second dithering movement. Alright, there we go. Yeah, everything is absolutely soaked. It's glistening in the light, you can see. But that makeshift dew shield from my laptop actually worked out really well. My laptop is completely dry for the first time ever. I already dripped a bunch of it off, but I just finished packing things up. It is just about 3:35. Overall, I think it was a pretty successful night. I was feeling more tired than usual earlier, so I took a few naps. But now I'm feeling really awake for some reason, so I'll probably do some processing tonight. Also because it's sometimes hard to sleep when you have like tons of images just waiting to be processed. But my brother's up and about. He's got his FedEx shift at 4 in the morning, so he's had a brief little encounter. But yes, I think it's time to go up to my room, hunker down, and spend the next 45-60 minutes just processing the Crescent Nebula. We're about to see this post Deep Sky Stacker in like 10 seconds. I might do just a quick little stretch, maybe not, but I think it's going to turn out pretty good. So here we go. There it is. You see it in there? Oh yeah. This one's gonna turn out pretty good.